He ended Juventus's winless streak. He decides games in stoppage time. He's under 21 and still already the face of a rebuild. Sounds exaggerated? Not if you look at the last few weeks. Kenan Yıldız, born on May 4th, 2005 in Regensburg, is in the process of turning from a big prospect into a defining figure. And that happened right after FC Bayern let him go. Did Germany just let the next world-class player slip away? What makes him so special? What do his most recent performances reveal about his real level? And why could he, together with Arda Güler and a few others, lead Turkey into a golden generation? Today, I'll show you why Kenan Yıldız is about to conquer Europe. As a youth player at Bayern, the path looked set. But instead of patiently waiting for his chance in a squad full of stars, Yıldız chose the uncomfortable road. He left Munich to prove himself at Juventus, a move that sounded risky back then and looks like foresight today. Because in Turin, he got exactly what an attacking player at his age needs: minutes, friction, responsibility, and a clear pathway. At Juventus, Yıldız first went through the youth and the second team, and that's where he laid the foundation. At the same time, he earned his first caps for the Turkish national team. It quickly became clear, this isn't just a flashy dribbler. This is an attacking player with structure in his head, someone who understands when to accelerate and when it's smarter to secure the ball. Someone who immediately counter-presses after losing the ball instead of standing still. Early signs of a player who doesn't just shine, but holds a team together. By 2024, it finally clicked. His market value shot up to 75 million euros, later even to 75 million again, a historic record for a Turkish player. He made the final shortlist for the Golden Boy Award, and he helped lead Turkey through key games all the way to the quarterfinals of the European Championship in the summer of 2024. Suddenly, his name didn't just stand for potential anymore, it stood for output. Week after week, stage after stage. Let's look at the present. In the league, it was matchday 9, Juventus versus Udinese. After 5 games without a win, there was a real heaviness around the stadium. Then stoppage time, 90+6, penalty. Yıldız steps up. No hesitation, no looking away. He converts with confidence, ends the negative run, and sends a message: I take responsibility. Exactly this scene, that moment, is what separates talents from leaders. Before that, he had already dropped some serious calling cards. Against Inter, a wild 4-3 with Yıldız scoring and assisting. Against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, a 4-4, again with goal and assist. And then that 1-0 against Real Madrid in the group stage, a game Juventus rarely wins unless someone in attack keeps a cool head. Even in matches that don't really flow, he's useful. Against AC Milan, there was a grinding 0-0, in which, from the left wing, he patiently occupied zones and created overloads in the half space. Not every game becomes a highlight clip, but every game shows why coaches trust him. He holds the structure without losing creativity, what Yıldız does really well. Officially, he's a left winger, but his football IQ turns him into a second striker, an attacking midfielder, a connector, depending on what the match demands. He loves the left half space, opens up between the lines, and then turns with his first touch into progression. His profile in 3 sentences. Before the ball comes, he scans. He knows where pressure is coming from. That's why he rarely needs more than 2 touches to pick up speed or play the third-man pass. He doesn't dribble just to dribble. He doesn't overload the flank. He uses it to find the shooting angle inside. If the wing is closed, he cuts inside, switches, restarts. Maturity. Whether it's a long-range effort, a flat finish in the box, or from the spot, Yıldız radiates a calmness that's unusual at this age. He doesn't shoot out of mood, he shoots out of the logic of the attack. On top of that comes his work off the ball. He closes passing lanes, he presses with short, sharp steps. This counter-pressing makes Juventus more compact, and it means he wins the ball back more often in good zones. A lot of his shots come right after his own counter-pressing, where he still has to grow. Yıldız has phases where he waits a bit too long in the final third. 1 touch too many, and the shooting angle is gone. Against very deep blocks, when the opponent packs the half space, his passing can sometimes look a bit too safe. The risky ball that really tears open a back line sometimes isn't there for a couple of attacks. In tight physical duels against robust defenders, he can still add stability, and his positional rotations are a strength, but they require timing. Sometimes he drifts inside a bit too early, which means the width is missing. Those are typical topics for an attacking player at his age, and they're fixable, especially under a coach who perfects the half spaces. After a winless run, Juventus parted ways with Igor Tudor. Spalletti is set to take over. A coach who built a title-winning team at Napoli by choreographing the half spaces and putting his attackers into clear patterns. For Yıldız, this is a gift. He gets structure without shackles. He gets mechanisms that trigger his strengths, first touch, half space finishing, almost on command, and he gets even more responsibility. Italian media are already writing, Yıldız is supposed to become the leading light of a rejuvenated Juventus. That's exactly what he backs himself for. That's exactly what his teammates believe he can do. Let's look at Turkey. An attacking core of Yıldız, Arda Güler, and Can Uzun. Add players like Ferdi Kadıoğlu and Orkun Kökçü. Add leadership from the middle through Hakan Çalhanoğlu. That's not just talent on paper. They've already shown they can deliver on tournament stages. With a coach who clearly defines the roles, this group can carry Turkey through qualifiers and make some real noise at tournaments. The foundation is there, and Yıldız is standing right at the front of the scaffolding. Back to Munich. Bayern let Yıldız go back then. They thought the jump into their first team was too big, the path too long. Today, people in Germany are talking about possibly bringing him back for fees that could go into 9 figures. That alone shows how big the mistake was. Not because every academy player automatically becomes a star, but because Yıldız had exactly the profile Bayern have been looking for years. An individually strong left winger who still loves game control. In Turin, he got what he was denied in Munich, trust. The rest is development. And that development is going straight up. Who decides games when they're about to slip? Who takes the risk when things get tense? Who holds the structure when legs get heavy? In this young season, the answer is strikingly often Kenan Yıldız. He delivers goals and assists. But above all, he delivers the moments in which a team starts believing in itself again. His consistency in the league, his marks in the Champions League, his versatility across left wing, second striker and number 10. All of that already makes him Juventus's best current player. Not because the others are weak, but because Kenan is that good. Under 21 years of age, he's probably the biggest talent for that left-sided role. His market value development, his integration into club and national team, his performances in big matches, they put him right at the top. At the start, I asked whether Yıldız is being hyped too much, whether he's really ready to conquer all of Europe. After these weeks, the answer is yes, and not because of viral dribbles, but because of maturity, responsibility, and consistency. He's the leading light of a young Juventus, a compass for an emerging Turkey, and he's proof that Bayern made a huge mistake. Now go watch the next video on Arda Güler, his perfect partner in the Turkish national team, and be back next time when we take a look today at the football of tomorrow.